Nutrition for a Healthy Spine Part 2. We'll be looking at nutrition and bone health, nutrition and muscle health, and nutrition and injury recovery. Who am I? My name is Helen Everett. I run Mission Nutrition. I'm a certified nutrition coach, a qualified fitness instructor too. I'm passionate about helping clients not just to be healthier and decrease their risk of disease, but to have a healthy relationship with food too. My philosophy is balance, not punishment. Everything in moderation. Last session, we looked at the importance of eating a varied and balanced diet and how that improves our skeleton and our spine. And having a healthy BMI, staying hydrated and getting adequate sleep. So, nutrition and bone health. Poor bone health can cause conditions such as rickets and osteoporosis and increase the risk of breaking a bone via a fall later in life. So we should be able to get all the nutrients we need for a healthy spine by eating a healthy, balanced diet. We discussed in part 1 about eating a rainbow, how different colours of fruits and vegetables have different vitamins, minerals and nutrients. So by eating a varied diet of lots of different colours of fruits and vegetables and whole grains, we are ticking off all those different vitamins and nutrients. So a good diet and physical activity are the building blocks for a healthy spine. A varied diet rich in fruit, vegetables, whole grains and protein. Specifically, I'm going to focus right now on calcium and vitamin D. Calcium. Adults need 700 milligrams of calcium per day. So we need calcium to strengthen our bones. So good sources of calcium include all these things pictured. Milk, cheese, dairy products, green leafy vegetables such as broccoli, cabbage, but I need to point out not spinach. The oxalic acid in it negates the actual calcium, so it's not a good source of calcium. But soybeans are, tofu, soy drinks have fortified added calcium more often than not. Nuts include calcium. Bread is often in this country made in the UK made with fortified flour, rich in calcium. And fish, where you eat the bones like sardines and pilchards, are also high in calcium. Vitamin D, we need vitamin D to actually absorb the calcium that we're consuming, and it's very difficult to get all the vitamin D we need from our diet, as most of the vitamin D we get is from the action of the sun on our skin. Government guidelines are in the UK that everyone between the months of October to March should be taking a vitamin D supplementation. Being vitamin D deficient can lead to lethargy, low mood, amongst other things. So it is important, and obviously not absorbing calcium. So it is important that our vitamin D levels are sufficient. So good sources of vitamin D from food, oily fish such as salmon, sardines and mackerel, eggs, and then fortified foods like fat spreads, breakfast cereals and some powdered milks. If you have been diagnosed with osteoporosis, your doctor may already be prescribing you calcium and vitamin D supplements, as well as various other treatments. A vegan diet. So if you are a vegan, good sources of calcium for you would be fortified soya, rice and oat drinks, tofu, sesame seeds and tahini, which is made from sesame seeds, pulses and bread. As I said, in the UK, calcium is usually added to white and brown flour. Dried fruit such as raisins, prunes, figs and apricots. And then vitamin D, obviously from sunlight, but also fat spreads that can be usually fortified, and breakfast cereals and soya drinks. And again, supplements readily available. During the menopause, women lose bone more rapidly after the menopause when the ovaries stop producing estrogen. So this has an enormous effect on our bones, our spine and our skeletons in general. A healthy balanced diet, including calcium and vitamin D that we've discussed, will help slow down the rate of bone loss. Nutrition and muscle health. So believe it or not, but we lose up to 40% of the cross-sectional area of our muscles between the ages of 20 and 60. And this number is even higher in individuals who are sedentary. MPS stands for muscle protein synthesis, and it's a naturally occurring process in which protein is produced to repair muscle damage that can be caused by intense exercise. Dietary protein is essential to build, not just build, but to maintain muscle mass also. So protein recommendations. The World Health Organization recommends, assuming an individual is of a healthy body composition, 0.8 grams of protein per kilo of body weight a day. But actually, there is also scientific debate as to whether a higher level of protein, around 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight, would be beneficial. And again, for the population of over 65s, we can increase this to that 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight, and even higher among exercising and active older individuals. Nutrition for recovery. When we've been injured, we can feel pain, our movement is impaired. Should our nutrition change during this time too? So protein, as we discussed, is a vital macronutrient to consume. It is required for the growth and maintenance of tissues. A reduced protein intake will reduce the speed at which injuries can heal. Muscle loss occurs when muscle breakdown of myofibrillar proteins exceeds muscle protein synthesis. Protein intake of an injured athlete, an injured person, should match that of a strength athlete, somebody who's wanting to build their muscle. So 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight. And if it's distributed evenly over 4 to 5 meals per day, that would be ideal. So this may seem like a lot, but let me give an example. A 62 kilogram individual on 2 grams of protein per day, so the upper end of the spectrum we're looking at, is 124 grams of protein per day. And over 5 meals being 5 periods of eating, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. This is how you could break it down. 2 eggs for breakfast, 28 grams of protein. A scoop of protein powder in a protein shake. For a snack, 25 grams of protein. 1 chicken breast on a salad at lunchtime, 30 grams of protein. And a 150 gram Arla yogurt as a snack, 14 grams of protein. And then for dinner, a chicken and lentil curry, 27 grams of protein. In total, this is 124 grams. 124.3 grams of protein in that day. It is achievable, perhaps with a bit of planning, but if you are injured and if you are looking to be in recovery and recovering our muscles, then this is of the highest importance. So the most important thing to consider, basic nutrient sufficiency. Nutrients need to be available for various processes in our bodies. Even if we're injured, energy is still required at a cellular level for day-to-day metabolism. Nutrients are needed for muscle retention and to promote tissue repair. Micronutrients, vitamin D and calcium, as discussed, are important for bone reformation. Zinc, vitamin A and vitamin C deficiency could prolong the healing process. So I'm not talking about superdosing, we're just avoiding deficiency. So in summary, for a healthy spine, the vast requirements The vast majority of these requirements, if not all, can be met with a well-balanced, predominantly whole food diet. Maintaining muscle mass and a healthy weight are the most effective dietary methods of promoting a healthy spine, muscle and joint health. There is evidence that spreading protein intake throughout the day can be beneficial for muscle mass growth and retention, and in ageing populations too. So snack products that are rich in protein foods, whole grains, fruits and vegetables will be beneficial in providing our bodies the protein, vitamins and minerals we need to maintain muscle and joint health. Keeping portion sizes of snacks and meals sensible, like the hand portion control we discussed in part 1, whilst limiting added sugar, will promote a healthy weight, benefiting further our spine and our joint health.